I have done a horrible mistake. When I pressed buttons, I missed one.
What'd you miss?
The important one.
Record?
Did you miss
Yes.
the record button?
I missed the record button. I pressed every button but the record button.
Okay.
Hello, and welcome to Pack Tactics. This is a 5th edition Homebrew Dungeons & Dragons campaign. This is Introduction Take 2. Tonight's episode is episode 25, Noticed Eviction. My name is Crash. I'll be your DM for the evening. Tonight I'm joined by a bunch of awesome people, including Ellie, Io, Jen, Matt, and Cindy. And what happened last week?
Well, unfortunately, since this is the second time we're doing this, we don't have a page recap.
But we did find neat robot.
Yes, we went to a canyon where the myconids had settled, and there were no myconids there, but there was an eviction notice. And then at the end, there was
A bad orc.
thing. Yeah, and someone shot some magic at it, and then it attacked us, so we killed it.
I finally got to throw the hammer of thunderbolts
Yeah.
or something, and it
And
was
stunned
awesome. Well, I mean,
And
you
it
know.
was praying to a no.
Yeah, I don't get that part, but the hammer kind of stopped that a bit, you know.
The hammer of minimal safe distance.
Minimal safe distance.
Yes.
Yep, that's all you need.
None of you had minimum safe distance.
Minimal safe distance is
Probably what we had, you know.
yeah.
It's what you had.
Exactly.
It wasn't what you needed, it was what you had at the time. You were minimally safe.
Well, Duke's
Cobalt
done all
OSHA.
of it. I mean, you know.
Kobold OSHA is going to have some complaints.
That's a euphemism for me getting yelled at by mom, isn't it?
Well, she
I
was
mean,
the
that-
one who intimidated Kobold OSHA into existence.
Yeah, that's true.
That's canon.
Yep.
And Skelvar OSHA apparently was invented by Paige the Kenku. So we're going to pick up this session right where the last session left off, where this ship that had spikes that that were apparently tentacles, and on closer inspection they were moving like they weren't made of metal. It's just that they have a significant amount of joints in them, and that's what allowed them to be flexible. They weren't like defying physics. I mean, it was flying. It was defying physics in some regard, but or maybe it was following laws of physics that you weren't aware of yet. But Chroma's here, so my condolences. And also there was an orb that had a bunch of tiny little spiky blades that came out and did lots of nope damage. That was the thing that was praying to a no. That got destroyed by, if I remember correctly, a scorching ray. And none of us used the get 'em ray comment, which we should have.
Yeah.
And inside of that was a passenger. It wasn't a construct. It was a spacesuit. Yeah, the spacesuit had a no in it because it was some type of blob that had a bunch of eyes and mouths and tentacles. But it went squish due to an earth elemental squishing it. And then the spaceship, when it got scorching rayed out of the air, also squishing it. It was 2 squishes for the price of 2.
The conga line of squishes.
Time to look for a helm.
It was that scene from Airplane, the movie, where everyone's just getting in line.
That scene, okay.
Yes. And LFA is once again joining us in Twitch chat. Hello, LFA. So glad to see you. Archbeth has joined us in Discord chat. Hello, Archbeth. I'm looking forward to once again saying that I will not read out loud what you've typed. Because it's apparently a thing that has occurred. But moving forward, you are standing around the wreckage, which is still, I will say canonically, because Scorching Ray was used, among other things, smoking.
Oh dear, we don't want this thing eating up too much oxygen. Do I have it prepared?
To be fair, it's not going
Ray
to
of
use up an
Frost!
entire atmosphere worth of oxygen. The moon does have a breathable atmosphere at this time.
So I shouldn't turn my sidearm to Ray of Frost?
I mean, you can if you want to. The DM will not stop you.
Yes, but will the other PCs?
Well, I
As you're
don't
trying to put
have
up-
As to whether or not the
Fire?
DM stops you.
I don't have create water prepared, so I probably wouldn't stop you.
All right, let's see if I can aim this Ray of Frost so that the cold edge of the cold beam just scrapes along the thing. I don't want to damage it too much. Chroma continues to babble as she
Does it
starts.
cost you anything to cast Ray of Frost?
Nope, cantrip.
Max
Okay.
can
Then
cast Ray of Frost.
I'll help out with prestidigitation then and start putting some fires out.
Okay.
I'm just going to get out of the way.
I'm not going to require rolls for this. There's various pops as the metal cools and stuff, and the parts that were smoking are not smoking anymore, except for, that horrible blobfish of a thing. It still looks like it's smoking. Well,
Okay.
Okay, well, the smoke is kind of congealing. Now it's all lifting up in the blob.
Oh,
Okay.
you're alive.
The blob of darkness is attached to the worst astronaut by a bunch of inky black tendrils as it lifts up. Some of them are definitely pulling on the worst astronaut and then breaking free like they're bands of elastic. And when they snap
Fascinating. Now
free-
I see what that spider orb thingy was based off of.
And when they snap free, they keep writhing around like crazy. This is a thing that is not staying still. And in its center is an orb of shadow that every now and then you think you see an eye.
All right, that's pretty weird.
What
Does it
are
look like
you?
this thing is trying to retreat?
If it's planning on retreating, it doesn't seem to be blasting off again.
I'm going
Hello?
to cautiously transfer the hunter's mark to this creature. Unless
Okay,
it's
okay.
been-
I'm
It is
gonna
definitely a creature.
try to talk in deep speech, even though I know now that I have a horrible accent. So hello.
It is you blaspheme at the highest order by saying hello cheerfully in deep speech. Deep speech is not the language of cheerfulness and happiness and greetings. It is the language of dread and terror and insanity. Not hello? And I am here for all of this. All of you hear a voice in your head, and because it's in your head, it seems to be speaking perfect Draconic. Why would you
You attacked us. Did we misinterpret that?
well,
interfere with the plan? Why? The Migo
We
will
don't-
not be good
What's the
masters
plan?
for you.
Wait, what?
You do not know of the Migo.
Uh-uh.
no.
They're kind of like the Shigo, but the Shigo were defeated by Kim Possible many years ago.
Are there anything like the Miyus? Or the Mies?
They're kind of like the U-Stop. They're actually the polar opposite of the U-Stop.
Oh, no. Okay.
I'm a horrible person. So, with all of that said, back to trying to be serious. The emphasis on trying. I know I will never actually achieve it. The Migo are our enemy, opponents, adversary. All three of those words are the same word. It's kind of a mix. It's in your head. They are our antithesis. You will not do well to serve them. Far better to join us.
Okay, wait.
So you're
What's a
saying
Migo
that-
look
No,
like?
No. Okay. So you're saying there's a war and we need to pick sides?
If you oppose us, you have picked a side.
We don't know anything about either side.
I kind of thought that you were
We
an
serve the
orb
dread
that
one that
infected
lies
one of our
sleeping.
people with something that made them go real weird and bad and attack one of our leaders. So, again, not really sure what's going on.
We needed a scout. Individual lives are inconsequential in the light of our great dread lord.
Well, I disagree.
You have chosen. When
I
the
choose
stars,
us, the kobolds, the
when
circle
the
of tails.
stars align and our lord awakes, all will be remade. But you will not live. See that day. And roll for initiative.
Okay.
13.
I have somehow rolled a 7. That's with the +3.
9.
I see a 19 for Snacks.
Zax, don't you get advantage on initiative?
Me?
Zax.
Yeah, I rolled a 4, and then there's a +3, so I have a 7. I have no idea why that happened. I just hit the button on the D&D Beyond thing.
Well, by advantage, I think you can
Like
hit
twice?
it twice.
Okay, I'll
Yeah.
try again.
Yeah, I don't think the dice roller in Beyond does anything.
Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't.
That's better. This one's a 20, 17 plus 3. That's better. Got a 20.
And I need to roll for your opponent because they are not in D&D Beyond, so I can't just press a button for them.
Yeah, And I got a nat 20 on my initiative, which is not the best place for the healer to get a nat 20.
Oh, I hadn't thought of that, yeah.
Well, actually, that's a fantastic place for the hero to get a nat 20 because you can hold your action.
That's true.
And to be fair, I'm probably going to spend the first round healing myself because
Yeah.
I took pretty close to half my damage in the last fight.
Oof.
Well, probably took more than
Flash
half
some of
if
that
you
on
count
Hog
my
Bucket.
tip.
So, for the record, this source book that I'm using is it's the Tome of Beasts by Kobold Press, aptly named Kobold Press. And on the opposing page for this thing that you're going to be fighting is a thing that you will not be fighting. It's called a Wampus Cat. And the entire time I've been prepping for this, I've been looking at that other page and thinking that there's a chance that everything will go cattywampus. That is not a pun that I could contain.
Clearly.
Fair cop.
That's pretty good.
Okay, so Zenosha, I will allow you to go first.
Okay.
Cattywampus is an IT term we use frequently.
I believe it has something to do with networking cable.
Oh, yeah.
Go cattywampus 5 times or 6 times.
Something to that effect.
So, you're just trying to figure out what level I want to cast this at.
All. Cast it at all levels.
I'll spend a 3rd level spell slot to cast Cure Wounds on myself. Oh, did pretty well on the roll. Healed myself for 23 points of damage, which brings me pretty close to full. And then what do I have for bonus action? And I'll also drop a Healing Spirit somewhere where I think everyone can get to it. And Healing Spirit is just, it's a spirit that exists in one spot of the map that if you're injured, you can go to it for some health points. So everyone keep that in mind. It should be pretty persistent unless I lose concentration.
All right.
Okay. So you'll notice I said I will allow you to go first. It's because you share initiative.
Yep.
So everyone's going to need to make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. 21 total.
My elemental will last for an hour, so he's probably still hanging around.
Okay. So hopefully your
He will
elemental
also-
is very dexterous.
They usually are not.
Dirty 20 from Neri.
Okay. Anything above, anything 15 or above is a success.
Turret and I both failed.
As did Zenosha. I'm glad I got to pop those healing spells.
+2.
Okay. So this thing is made of nope. A bunch more nope rises from the ground around you.
Do they look like that one?
Thematically, yes.
Okay.
1 second. So everyone who made their save, this is just an aesthetic feature. You might not be pleased with this aesthetic. You feel like you've stepped into a Spencer's Gifts or Hot Topic, and you want to step out immediately. There's a bunch of Generation Z people in there. You don't understand them. Everyone who failed their save is going to take bludgeoning damage and be restrained.
Oh, man.
But how much bludgeoning damage, Crash? Well, I'll tell you as soon as I roll. That will be 13 points of bludgeoning damage. Only if you failed your save, though. If you passed your save, you take no damage at all.
And now
How
I
many
need to make
points
a
did you say?
13.
13.
Okay.
And Cog Bucket's down.
Oh no.
They failed their save.
And my healing spirit's down because I failed my concentration save.
Oh, wow.
Now, would your healing spirit have done anything on the turn it was summoned?
If I summoned it to occupy the same space as someone, which my priority was putting it somewhere where everyone could get to.
Okay.
Turret is still up and not quite bloodied. I am also not quite bloodied.
Snacks is, and I think the elemental is exactly at bloodied.
Okay. Zax, how are you doing?
I'm fine. I will rage. And let's see. Okay, we're standing right next to the one we broke that threatened us, right?
I would say that you are all within melee range. Yes.
Okay. And then the other ones, I'm trying to understand proximity. Like, where are they
The other
compared to
things
that?
are a spell effect. You can't attack it.
They're a spell effect. Okay.
Yeah.
I cannot
Imagine, if
attack
you will,
spell effects,
the
so-
worst of terrain features.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to go after the obnoxious pile of goo, and I'm going to hit it with the hammer of thunderbolts.
Okay.
And
It says here that it has damage immunities to Hammer of Thunderbolts.
It didn't the other day.
That is not
Where
true.
to grow that one from? It's not. Okay. Yeah, okay, so it's a hit DC plus 11. I've hit a 12. I've got a 12 from the dice. I'm not rolling very well today. Did I do that
It was
wrong?
a 12 total?
Yeah.
Because you have like plus 10 to hit or something like that.
Yeah, what is the dice doing?
So if I
Let me
think you
make sure I
rolled a
hit the
nat
right
1.
button.
Did it say you rolled a 1?
No. I don't know what it... Okay. I just did it again.
Yeah, you
'cause I
got
can't
you
get the
got
numbers
two
straight.
spots. One of them is rolling to hit, and the other one is rolling your damage. You may have rolled damage.
I think I may have hit the hit DC thing for the javelin that's on the next line and not realized it. So I've corrected that.
Yeah, because if you're rolling numbers that you technically it's impossible for you to roll because of your bonus to hit, I am going to
I probably hit
question
the
it.
wrong button. Yeah, I mean, I probably hit the wrong button. Either that or this thing's really wonky, but we'll see as this goes on. So now I have a 10 plus 11 for a 21.
Yeah, that sounds a little better because your bonus
Yeah.
to hit is plus 11, and I think you said you rolled an 11.
Yeah.
So I am going to come out
didn't
there and
make
say,
sense,
as a DM,
yeah.
as the DM, I am certain that you accidentally pressed the wrong button.
I think I did. I probably hit the one below it.
Yeah.
So, okay, so I have a
But yeah,
21.
you smack it really hard. Roll your damage.
All right, damage. And that one is bizarre. Okay, so it's a 2d6 plus 8. It has given me 2 2s plus 8 for 12 on that hit.
Okay, that's a palatable hit.
It'll do. And I have another hit I can do if I hit the right button again.
If you
Okay,
feel
this
like
time it has given me a 3 on the dice plus 11 for 14.
it. 14 is going to be a miss.
Uh-huh, see, that's what I thought. I might go back to my dice next time around, because this is not working, man. Okay,
Well, the first
so,
one was a hit. The first one was like over 20, so
yeah.
it was a hit.
But now I'm wondering, since the first roll that I did seemed like it couldn't be, and the second one seems like the second one was fine, the third one was like kind of sounding a little weird, so now I'm questioning numbers again, but anyway.
I just like it because all things considered, considering how late at night we play and all the other factors involved, I like that it does the math for us.
I do too, but it seemed questionable somehow, so...
Okay.
Yeah, all right, I think that's all I can do.
Okay. Well, you rage, and you said
Yes.
you were fine to begin with, and the more you rage, the closer you are to fine.
There you go.
And this void creature appears to be slightly indigo colored. It's weird. I don't know.
Yeah.
Snacks.
All right, this thing's trying to attack us. I have found that I do not need to do anything to direct this creature other than direct it with words. I can still do other spells while doing so, my elemental spirit. So I will send the elemental spirit in closer to the blob and try to get it to pound it. I will then also try to ray of frost it from a safe distance, hopefully a minimal safe distance, and we will see how much it enjoys cold damage. So drew my ray of frost first.
I actually misread the damage immunities here. It's not that it's immune to a hammer of thunderbolts. It's immune to kobold.
So I have rolled a 15 for the ray of frost.
That will be a miss.
That will be a miss. Okay. Warning shots have been replenished. Creature gets, I think, 2 elemental fists. Bang, bang. Yes. Slam, slam. +8. That will be a 3 for the first one. Where are we going? It's opening a Discord support page. I did not want that. Second fist is also a 3. So three strikes, I'm out.
Okay. Chroma.
Well, Ballista?
Hey, this looks like it's going to haunt my dreams. Apparently I do dream of electric sheep, but the electric sheep are hideous monstrosities now. Thanks to this thing. I look forward to making it go away. Can I make it go away now?
Yes, absolutely. Let's make it go away.
In my history of giving PTSD to the various characters, I have now given it to a character I'm RPing myself.
Yeah.
I have mixed feelings about this.
Okay, so do I have pack tactics?
Yes.
Okay, that will just be a straight d20 roll then, because I also have disadvantage because both the turret and I are restrained. And that's going to be a miss from the turret. And that's range of touch. I can't really do that, considering. So instead of healing JR, I am going to shoot a ray of frost at the horrible monstrosity. And that's a 24.
And that's a hit. Technically speaking, it's an aberration, not a monstrosity, but that's nitpicking.
Fair enough. And that's going to be 23 cold damage.
You would think a being from the dark places between the stars would be fine with cold. You'd think that. You'd be wrong, but you'd think that. Okay, it is...
You don't get to hurt JR, and you don't get to hurt our people.
You do not comprehend how meaningless your lives really are when you are
I
not
don't
serving
care!
our dread lord.
Well, your life's about to become meaningless.
Your dread lord can jump in a lake. Maybe. I don't actually know if your dreadlord is physically capable of doing that or what your dreadlord is, but it can metaphorically jump in a lake.
Okay, so at this point, instead of saying dread lord, they say a name, but I've already established the name sort of just washes over for you. You can't... It doesn't stick in your brain enough for you to repeat it. The only member of your party that was able to repeat it out loud was JR, and they're currently making death saves. By the way, I just rolled for JR, because their turn is after yours, and they have 1 success.
Okay.
So it says, our lord lies sleeping within a gas giant. Soon the worlds around it will align. It will awake from its slumber, and none will stand, or sit, or swim. However the beings choose to position themselves, they will not oppose us.
You're very confident.
I know a librarian who fought God.
I know a barbarian
Our Lord
who
has
might have fought God.
consumed these gods.
All right, who's up next?
That would be Neri.
Oh, I didn't realize everybody else had gone.
We took an RP break. It's okay. Just remember to wash your hands after an RP break.
I'm going to go ahead and shoot arrows at it.
It's a risky strategy. Let's see if it pays off.
That's a 21 to hit.
A 21 will hit.
For 14 plus 5 is 19 damage.
Okie dokie.
And you know what? I'm going to have my little parasite go suck on it.
Okay. This is one of the worst scenarios I can imagine. Little Metroid parasite going over to try to suck energy out of a hideous void monstrosity. Well, aberration, I've already established.
So it gets plus 4 to hit. Oh, it won't hit. It misses.
It's sort of just floating in there, surrounded by the void tentacles.
Yeah.
You've never seen it position itself in a way where you felt like it was regretting its life choices. But this might be something to file away for later. Oh, that's what that looks like. Okay, Zenosha.
Okay, so I'm going to start off by casting Healing Word on Cogbucket, assuming he's 60 feet away or less.
There.
And what?
They, not he. I think.
Yeah, my
Also-
apologies.
Said.
I forgot to do something last turn, and I apologize for totally missing out on this. It is my fault. I'm not going to roll back the clock for this, so you miss out. At the start of each of your turns, anyone who was restrained should have taken an additional 3d6 bludgeoning damage.
So should I take that
I
now?
think most of them were.
If you failed your save, I honestly forget who failed their save and who didn't.
I was one of the ones that did.
Okay, you have to use an action to break free, or you can just take the damage. Well, you're going to take the damage either way, but you can use an action to break free.
Okay, good thing Healing Word's a bonus action.
Okay, that's going to be 12 points of bludgeoning damage from the tentacles.
Noting that on my character sheet. And I'll still cast Healing Word on Cogbucket Jr. I healed them for 5 points of damage. And since Healing Word's a bonus action, I'm going to try to break free.
So I've got good news for you.
Mm-hmm.
Well, one, that spell works, so it's fine. That's wonderful. Also, you have a choice. You may make a strength or dexterity check.
I'm not very good at either of those, but I am better at dex.
There are a few kobolds that would pick strength as the option.
We are traveling with one.
Yep.
We are traveling with one who was trained by another.
Yep.
Got really lucky on the dice for a total of 22.
For a moment, people viewing this encounter think that you've gone Venosha again. But no, you were just ripping free of the black inky tentacles. You weren't turning into venom as you have done on more than one occasion now.
All right, cool. Think that's pretty much the end of my turn.
Okie dokie. Now, next up is this void thing. And let's see, what's it going to do this time? It is... Oh, that would be too mean. That would be cruel. It is going to fly 50 feet up, so anyone who wishes to make an attack of opportunity can attempt to do so.
I might do it.
If I'm in range, I'm going to try.
I don't think you can do that with a ranged weapon.
Really?
Or can you, but you just get disadvantage?
I don't think ranged weapons are applicable for attacks of
But if it's
opportunity.
moving... Okay, if
Try
it
to
just...
bite it?
You could attempt to bite it if
You could attempt to bite it.
really want to. I would.
If I was just hitting it, though, I'd be like on top of it as it tried to move up. Maybe?
Well, you tried hitting it with your hammer before. You did quite well with
Right.
that. So you could just swing at your hammer again. It's moving up 50 feet. In the process of it moving away from you, that's when you get to take a swing at it.
Ah, okay.
It's currently within melee range of the party.
Okay.
It's deciding it doesn't want to be.
Okay, I am not proficient in biting. We have established. We have also established it is a finesse weapon. I'm guessing a 15 will not hit.
A 15 just misses, actually.
Can I throw a javelin at it?
Not as an attack of opportunity, no. I do see that
okay.
Zenosha got a 19 with... I love that you are referring to it as the anti-seagull stick.
All right, I used my melee electric charge last fight, I believe. So this is just going to be a small bit of bludgeoning damage. Okay, the dice seem to briefly like me. I'm expecting them to turn soon, but 9 damage.
It's bloodied.
The parasite hits with a natural 20.
Parasite crit!
Oh, wow.
It gives a
still
mighty
only does
dink.
damage.
I'm sorry?
It still only does 1 damage, but now it's latched on.
It's going nom 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 nom. Yes, LFA. It is an excellent name. That is
So
some
now
stick.
we now have Venosha and Yodosha.
Yep.
We had Yodosha from episode 1, if I remember correctly. But yes,
I think so, yeah.
Hey, you want to know what's fun about the parasite latching on?
you still have pack tactics.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
It's an ally.
yeah.
Counts. Okay. Well, that was its movement. It is still going to do something else. And what it does is it creates a magical sphere of darkness around it. So the void that it's made of just sort of blossoms out into a sphere.
I had disadvantage anyway.
Yeah, but the pack tactics negates it.
Right. And you cannot have double disadvantage.
It's true.
Zax,
Let's see.
I will give you this boon.
Okay.
We talked before about minimum safe distance.
We did.
What's the minimum safe distance?
What's the minimum safe distance on a hammer of thunderbolts?
Didn't we
It's
say 30 feet? 30 feet?
30 feet.
It went up
50
50.
feet in the air.
something like that, yeah.
It's 30 feet, and the thing's 50 feet in the air.
This thing's 50 feet in the air, and the thunderclap is going to be 300 feet, so it's going to knock us all over again, potentially.
No,
No. The
No?
30
Just
feet
the noise.
30 feet is the stun. 300 feet is the sound.
Oh, okay. All right, I'm going to...
You'll hear the boom, but you won't feel the boom.
Because it'd be up. Okay, so I'm going to throw the hammer of thunderbolts at that thing.
You throw a hammer of thunderbolts straight up. What's the
Yep.
worst that could happen?
That's what I'm doing. That is exactly what I'm doing.
Now, to
Okay.
be fair, I actually did not plan for this occasion to take place where you'd be able to use the hammer of thunderbolts in a way that wouldn't injure the entire party, unlike last time.
Right. Last time, yeah.
Hey,
But
right.
also,
Here.
this thing wasn't planning on it either.
No, not at all. Okay, so I hit the right button this time, and I got a 13 plus 11 for a 24.
Wait.
Yes, you.
Wait.
Well, you have to roll. Actually, no, because the parasite is giving you pack tactics, so that you only have to roll once.
I forgot what Ray of Frost did.
It slows the target down.
Yeah.
If you hit
Oh,
it. Yeah.
okay. So did I hit
But,
it?
well,
Did-
it's got, the darkness has the disadvantage, but the parasite gives advantage. So it would negate any advantage from
Yes,
the
it does.
darkness because you can't see it. You know it's up there, but it's in a 50, or what, how big is the inky blot? 15 feet around it?
It's a good 15-foot radius.
Okay.
With that said, Zach's aimed for the center of it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Would have been right over my head.
Yeah.
Imagine, if you will, a worst bullseye.
All right, so I got a 24 on the dice with that one.
LFA in chat just said yeet.
Not the first time. I think I've yeeted kobolds before.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But yes, you did hit, so you're rolling your damage.
I did hit. All right. So rolling damage. Got it's given me a 4 + 1 + 8 for a 13.
Okay. And now I'm going to have to make a roll to avoid being stunned, if I remember correctly.
I think so. Let me figure out what that's supposed to be.
I have your character sheet open.
Thank you.
DC 17 Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
Memory
Does
serves,
Inky
most of the
Blackbird
party.
have good constitution?
Don't know.
That's an
find
excellent
out.
question. It actually doesn't have a bad Constitution modifier, but not high enough for a roll of a 3 to be helpful.
Oh, okay.
Congratulations, you stunned the flying thing.
I stunned the flying thing.
So here's what happens.
Okay.
Zax throws their hammer straight up. Mm-hmm. There is a shockwave that comes out of the sphere of darkness.
Okay.
And then the sphere of darkness drops down.
Oh,
You assume your hammer is also dropping down.
probably. I'm going to try to catch the hammer if I can.
Well, the hammer's inside the sphere of darkness.
As soon as the sphere of darkness is going to be on me pretty soon. If I can see it, I'm going to grab it.
The party was within melee range, so you were all within a 15-foot radius of this thing.
Okay.
And the 15-foot radius sphere of darkness has now landed on the party. Also, there's a
Okay.
sticking sort of squish sound.
All right. Next, if I get the hammer back, I'm going to try to hit that way. If not, I'm just going to punch it.
Because it takes some falling damage.
Yeah,
right,
I need to
it
roll
does.
that. I fell 50 feet.
It did.
Ha! I rolled
Question.
4 ones
Oh my goodness.
and a 4. It takes 8 falling damage.
Wow.
I'm going to chalk
okay.
that up to moon gravity, even though
Sure.
mechanics-wise, I can't be bothered with configuring moon gravity.
Sounds plausible.
You said the tendrils were a spell effect.
Yes,
Are they concentration?
they
Oh.
are. How interesting
And
to bring this up now.
stunned things can't concentrate, can they?
No.
Only I'm regretting life choices.
All
That's
right.
an out-of-context quote right there.
That's pretty good, actually.
Okay, so those of you who were restrained are not restrained anymore.
Yay!
Well, that worked out better than last time when I stunned like half of you accidentally.
Great hit, Zax!
Yeah, I gotta find my hammer now. It's in here somewhere.
It's in the dark.
If I find that thing, I'm gonna punch it. Not the hammer.
Okay, snack.
The thing.
Okay. Creature is back on the ground, but now enveloped in a sphere of darkness.
Yes, because it can't let you play well. This is why you can't have nice things.
Yeah. Well, Chroma did all right with hers Ray of Frost, but now we can't see the target. But we have adjacent allies, so advantage, disadvantage gets kicked, and I think we'll just try to roll to see if we can hit it with Ray of Frost again, because I still have my elemental around. It's no longer restrained. That's a miss. Firing blindly. Elemental will try to saunter over and smash it with its fist.
If only the elemental had pack tactics.
Yes, unfortunately it does not. So, I hit caps lock.
Ew.
Yeah, you're shouting at the dice to make them roll better.
Yep. There's an at 1 from the first attack.
Oh,
That's on the elemental. He just
no.
punching the ground.
It's pounding sand. Or
Something like that.
Okay, I'm going to copy and paste this whole thing. And a 23 for the final hit.
a 23 is a hit.
Okay, look up his damage because I have forgotten it from the previous week and he hasn't hit yet. 20, 10 plus 8. All right, 15 points of bludgeoning damage.
It's not a fan.
Okie dokie.
Chroma.
Well, I believe we're not fans.
Hey, Ballista, we're not tentacled in place anymore.
I still feel them between my gears. Can I shoot it now?
Oh, yes, you can.
All right. I'm going to apologize in advance in case I hit anyone that isn't, in fact, this horrible thing. And And that's a 10, so that's not going to do it.
Well, I can take a try too.
And that's also a 10.
Oh, weird.
Is it
Same numbers.
active?
Well, yes,
It's
which
in
is why it's not a
darkness.
disadvantage.
Yeah.
Yeah, the sphere of darkness is not a concentration effect right now.
Okay.
Okay, it is Cogbucket's turn. They get to do something that isn't a death save.
All right.
So help me if JR gets the killing blow.
Again! Dog.
Never not funny. Okay, so... Well, it's a disadvantage. That was an 18, but also a 9. So, it was a mighty swing. Better luck next time. And once again, the character I added for flavor is in fact there for flavor. Neri, should I just ask how you want to do this?
I might miss.
I'll wait for you to roll first.
I really don't, though.
What's this?
That's a 29 to hit.
Yes. I would say if you roll a 29, that you have rolled a yes.
For 16 damage.
How do you want to do this?
Oh, wow.
Yes!
It had 10 hit points left.
Arrow through the eye. And when you get there, tell your boss we said no thank you.
As it fades from sight and everything else that it had conjured also sort of dissipates, you hear the voice in your head say, I will relay your message. We will meet again soon.
We'll be ready.
And it will be the same outcome.
Many assume that once.
Yeah, big talk for a squishy thing that we just beat up again.
Do not mistake a scout for an army. And it's gone.
We don't.
All right, where's my hammer? Let me go look around for
It's
it.
right there.
Oh, good. Hey! Is it covered in goo?
It is, in fact, not. Whatever this thing
Awesome.
was, when it went away completely. Now, the blobby thing is still mostly there, as is the mechanical shell that it came out of, as is the strange worst spaceship that it was riding.
Oh, I want to investigate the worst spaceship.
Fantastic.
After a 5-minute break.
Next, we'll go look at the blobby thing.
And Ellie is right on track, because that's exactly what I was going to say, by the way. We're going to take a short break because we've been playing for about an hour. We will be right back. Or will we? Yeah, we will. Or
Bye.
will we? Yeah, we will.
Oh, the parasite's happy because he got lunch today.
And it wasn't me. And it wasn't me.
Including the record button.
No, if I press the record
No,
button
it'll
now, it'll
stop.
stop recording.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're
Indeed,
back.
don't do that.
And to recap, the mission, the kobolds have been sent to a derelict pocket of folded space in order to make friends. Their ship is called the Red Fireball. It's flamboyant and speedy, but it has a constant odd smell. Along the way, you are challenged by a living asteroid that intends to follow the kobolds home like the largest puppy named Momatu. Oh, wait. No, this is Kobolds in Space. That's a different game.
Kind of. I mean, we are kobolds and
Which-
we are in space. Not the same.
Yes, I'm basically on the website that Ellie scripted up, so you refresh the page and it's a whole brand new scenario, and I love this. It is glorious.
It's awesome. It's really cool. Mhm.
It is really, really cool. But that's besides the point. No, at this point, there are two main objectives that you have discussed currently. One of them is Zenosha is very interested in figuring out what has happened to the Myconids. And there was some attempt at songwriting to try to get Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego to match looking for Myconids. And I'm here for all that content. But also, Chroma wants to figure out how all of this otherworldly technology works. So I'm going to resolve the faster thing first, and then the more complex thing second. Chroma, give me an investigation check.
Let me get to that tab.
Feel my pain. Actually, I'm doing pretty good now. I only have 4 D&D Beyond tabs open.
Wow. I know one of them's mine.
24!
Ooh.
Okay. If you had rolled a nat 20, you might be stunned. This is not Call of Cthulhu, so you don't have sanity points to lose.
That's good. I don't think I had very many in the first place.
Well, kobolds.
True.
What you are able to understand with the 24, which is an excellent roll, is that you don't understand anything about this. It doesn't seem to be built in a way that is similar to anything you have ever seen constructed before.
Oh, wow.
It is, to you, a brand new form of technology. Now, the tech around the lock, that half sphere that you encountered in the basement, that's very different from what you've encountered before as well. This is different by an order of magnitude and in a different direction.
Wow.
And the good news is, enough pieces have been smashed and or melted and or frozen and or pummeled and or placed in a box, which is then placed inside a larger box, then mailed to yourself and smashed with a hammer.
Sax!
Well, there was
What?
also an earth elemental involved, to be fair.
Yeah.
Does the Earth Elemental have a hammer?
It kind of is one.
Yeah.
It is one.
That's fair.
In any case, there's enough pieces that are small enough that you can fit them into your bag of holding.
Ooh.
So you don't have to hang out at the bottom of this ravine for several sessions to try to figure things out. You can take it home. What's the worst that could happen?
Abominations?
The DM giveth, and the DM taketh away.
Sometimes the DM giveth abominations.
Sometimes the DM giveth things that then taketh away sanity.
It's true.
And I will taketh away bits of worst starship.
Okay, so Chroma is busily scooping everything that will fit into her bag of holding into her bag of holding. JR sees that Chroma is doing this and immediately attempts to help. Zenosha, on the other hand, what you have discovered at this point, you discovered last week in real life time, and a few minutes ago in game time. The Myconids are not here, and they were served an eviction notice, such as it is. So if you want to understand more about where the Myconids might be, you might need to go back.
Well, I'm gonna wait till people are finished here because even with wild shape, I'm too squishy to want to venture on my own with worst clouds hanging around.
Oh, I'll accompany Zenosha.
It
I
might
want
be
to
a
find out
while
where the
before.
Myconids went
Yeah,
as
I
much as anybody
mean,
else.
might be a while before she's done picking up all the pieces.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, as luck would have it, because this is a role-playing game, the DM will go over to that clock on the wall and spin the hour hand around a couple times and say that you've picked up everything that doesn't require you to take big pieces and turn them into smaller pieces.
We'll bring Cog Bucket. Well, not Cog Bucket. Fiddle Punch here sometime later. He'd probably be interested in checking this place out.
Ooh, yeah.
Oh, we got to make sure Cogs is, or rather JR is up and about.
They're currently up and about. They have a whole 5 hit points.
Right.
Yeah, I used Healing Word on my first turn in combat for them. But all right.
I remembered that, but I thought, for some reason, I thought your healing word was less than the hit points they had left. Or less than the hit points
No,
that they were
they had
down.
already made a death
But I-
save, so no.
Oh, that's as far as you can go, yeah.
Yeah, can't go to negatives.
That's right. Okay.
Okay, so you have done what you can here, and you walk back home.
All right.
Well, not home, but yeah, back to the Myconid Valley and
Okay.
look for signs of where they may have gone.
We can read the
you were
eviction
already in
notice.
there. All this happened in the area where the Myconids had settled.
Can we take another look at the eviction notice?
Sure. My
got
assumption is whoever found it kept it. So it probably, Zenosha's probably...
I don't
the one
remember
who
who's
has it
got
right
it.
If it was me, I'll open it up and take a look and hand it over to Chroma if I can't read it.
now. Well, it's written in Draconic.
All right, any hints about
handy.
where they might have gone?
The writing on it, without going word for word, because there are paragraphs, and you're fairly certain the decorative trim around the edge is more writing in legalese. It's like, it's written in Draconic, but at the same time is written in lawyer's cant. But there's a significant portion of it that is saying that, yes, this is an eviction notice, but don't worry, you can pack your things. We have found a suitable location for which you can resettle, with plenty of room and no current inhabitants other than other people who we are currently evicting.
This sounds
So-
like,
This
We
doesn't
go to
sound
the
good.
place?
what's his name? Sniff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Gotta do something about that guy. Girl. They. Sniff. Yes. That one.
Okay.
So where's the place?
It doesn't say. It gives a vague description of the area not currently being settled already. Plenty of
Take a tree and go
good
home.
sea air.
And he's moving somebody else out of where he intends to move the myconids.
Sea air?
Yeah.
That sounds
Oh.
like on the planet.
Or they've got a way to produce oceans on the moon.
Well, I mean, I have that if you wait long enough.
No,
Yeah,
that's-
but
yeah.
Imagine,
you're not
if you
the
will,
only one.
battalions of chromas.
Let's go find out exactly where they were evicted to.
Yeah, let's go do that.
Yeah, let's do that.
That likely means a conversation with Sniv.
It does.
Yeah.
Okay.
But we saved his life, so maybe he'll be amenable.
True.
I don't know.
Literally
me do the
during the
talking.
fight, they
I have
were
an
angry
idea.
that I didn't hit them with a lightning bolt to end the fight faster.
I have an idea.
A bunch of short people wearing brown hooded robes and glowing eyes are marching in a line, carrying
Ooh,
some
are they
matched
going to
luggage.
sell neat tech? I would like to buy a droid.
They have one that's named Dot Matrix. And there's also a bunch of stunt doubles accompanying them. But never mind. Never mind. Fine. It's fine. So you head back, and as you get within sight of the Red Star, your flagship, which was partially disassembled when you left, with the promise that it would be put back together again, you see an angel ship parked next to it.
Huh.
Ooh, I bet they're making the first of the new helms. Or
Could
installing
be.
the first new helm. Let's go check it out.
Oh boy.
This is
Okay.
out of character. Well, in character, but I'm not saying it. One of those moments when Neria wishes that the person with the very high wisdom weren't the person with the very fast voice. Or rather, were the person with the very fast voice.
Oh,
Okay.
Sorry, got backed up there for a second.
That's all right.
that is very fair.
I was on dialysis for 4 hours today. I'm a little loopy.
Yeah.
Yee.
Now they say wisdom comes with patience, so
So I need to heal more people?
Oh no.
Chroma has inspiration.
Excellent. I had used it.
I appreciate a good pun. And before anyone says something, yes, that was a good pun.
Of course it was.
Some would argue that there's no such thing as a good pun. Those people
they
are
don't
wrong.
It's true. They're wrong.
I know it's a matter of opinion.
Anyway,
Their opinion is wrong.
so we're going to check out the angel ship.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
yeah, we can let Chroma poke around for a little bit and then look for Sniv.
in my head canon, Chroma's moving
Already
just a
running
bit
towards
faster
it.
than the rest of you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By the way, Zenosha, Neri is going to ask to talk to Marwai.
Okay, I'd be willing to see if I can make that arrangement.
Thank you.
Okay. So we've got two scenarios that are pending. Well, three scenarios that are pending, but let's resolve the first one first, because before anything else happens, you reach the angel ship, which, from the looks of it, was brought here not under its own power. You're not quite sure where they got the giant log that they placed it on top of to roll it here. But
I was
apparently it
thinking
has
this
been
big
sent.
tractor.
It was more along the lines of you could replace this angel ship with one of the large blocks that you see used in cartoons when they're building the pyramids.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. It's still on top of those logs, which you have never seen trees like that on the moon. There are trees that are on the moon. Dax has started an orchard or 5. That seems to be the main thing that Dax has been doing. But nothing like
Wow.
this.
Found the Sinai.
And there are a bunch of kobolds, most of whom appear to be, shall we say, inventors
Oh, okay.
that are going in and out of the angel ship.
Hordes of scorpions pulling the angel ship across.
And one inventor riding on top of the cockpit wielding a whip, going, mush! Mush!
All right. What are they doing?
Hello.
Ah, hello!
How's it going?
It's going pretty good. We're, building a helm.
Great.
Is
And,
the Red Star operational?
we were told we weren't allowed to test it.
Okay.
Good.
Has this still got all its parts?
Is Fiddle Punch around?
He's inside.
Okay, I'll go
Which
say
one?
hi to him.
Okay, now when this particular kobold, who their head was sticking out of an apparent hatch in one of the angel ship's wings, it was the underside of the wing. Their head was sort of sticking out and they were upside down. They motion towards the main body of the angel ship when they say he's inside.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, let's go talk to Fiddlepunk.
And once they're done talking to you, their head goes back inside whatever hole they stuck their head out of, and you just hear their voice slightly more muffled going, man, this bad boy can fit so many jelly sandwiches in it.
I doubt jelly sandwiches are good for the helm.
All right, let's go inside and talk to Fiddlepunch.
Okay. You go inside the kobold-skelled ship, which is rather convenient, considering kobolds built it. And
Right.
you see Fiddle Punch in the location where the new helm is being installed. The helm is not quite put all together, but it looks like Fiddle Punch is leading the select few inventors that you've come to recognize as the ones he's decided are least likely to kill themselves in the process.
Yeah.
He's leading them through putting it together as opposed to him doing the work.
Hey, Doc.
Hi, Fiddle
What's going
Punch.
on?
Hey, going pretty well. We've only lost 1.5 fingers.
Excellent.
And they weren't kobold fingers, which is as relieving and disturbing as that might sound.
Oh. Anyway,
No,
is
we'll
the
correct
Red
that.
Star okay? Is it operational?
It should be. There were more attempts for there to be spare parts. I prevented that from occurring.
That's good.
Excellent. You're the best.
Hey, are you sure we need to install this thing? It just takes up a lot of space. That keeps it from exploding.
Don't let the ship explode.
I'm not hearing, yes, we need that.
No explosions.
Yes, we need that.
You already have a ship.
Yes, you need that.
If this ship explodes, you die.
And if you
Whether or not
survive,
you're on it.
and if you survive, and this ship explodes and hurts any of my friends, I'm coming after you. Put the thing back.
Okay, so can we fit 2 of these in?
Probably.
One
I'll let
should
you
be enough.
figure that out.
Talk
Bye.
to Kosha.
What was that?
I said talk to Kosha.
Miri has inspiration.
We're going
Okay.
to go inspect the Red Star, just making sure, if that's all right.
Okay. I will allow you to roll an investigation or perception check. Your pick.
Everybody?
Anyone who is going around looking at the red star to see if
Yeah, I'm
it's
going to
put
do
back-
that.
I'm going to go ahead and roll perception.
Roll
I'm going to
perception,
go
but for
ahead
the record,
and
I'm going to roll perception.
23 for
investigation
Neri.
for me. Let's see.
I'm rolling
yeah,
Roll
perception, but
investigation. I'm going to put on my surprised face.
Come on, side. You can do it.
23 for Neri.
I got the 23. I see the 12 for Zax.
Ooh, Snacks gets...
Not
okay.
20!
Chroma knows all the things.
Yay!
And a 16. Okay.
yeah, but Zenosha doesn't know anything about this ship stuff, so she's mostly checking out her farm supplies.
With a 16 for Zenosha, you're fairly certain that some of your mushrooms were harvested for maybe a light snack.
I can live with that.
For the rolls that are above 15, you are quite certain that nothing life-threatening has been altered. With any roll above 10, you are certain that your personal cabin area, no one's touched your stuff. Let's put it that way. With the exception of the mushrooms, no one's touched your stuff. Matter of fact, it appears that a certain tape seals have been put across the doors to the cabin areas where they don't prevent you from going through, but you can't go through without breaking the tape seal.
Is that to keep the inventors out or to keep something in?
That's to keep the inventors out.
Yeah, it's a matter of if you go through, we'll know, and we'll let the people who live here know you did.
All right, that makes sense.
So, does the Nat 20 tell me anything beyond the...
It tells you that the ship has gotten an overhaul. if anything, it should actually work better than it did before.
That's good to know.
They even
Fiddle
put in a new air
Punch
freshener.
and the
Neri
inventors.
genuinely just cares about the chair and the operations.
Hey, Neri! Fiddle Punch and the inventors did a good job. More Fiddle Punch than the inventors, probably, but they'll get there.
Good for them.
JR's chair better be here somewhere.
I was
They're gonna be
just
a
thinking about that, actually. I need
JR.
to roll for
Yeah.
JR. Okay, JR goes over and sits in their chair, and
Excellent.
they sort of wiggle around in it a little bit, and then change their posture a little bit, and they look at the chair, they look at the one arm, look at the other arm, and they try to do their best imitation of a sigh. As a being that does not require to breathe or even have lungs, it can't actually sigh. But they attempt to do it.
Jay, we need to get you some padding.
I think they may have altered my chair slightly.
I'll take a look at it. After we figure out where the eviction was too, because we
Yeah.
need to ask about that before I get distracted with carpentry.
Yes.
Oh, with your nat 20, I'll just carry this over. JR's chair has not really been altered.
Oh.
Well,
You've just been out of it for so long.
I can take a look at it anyway.
JR's had recent upgrades.
Yes, that too.
Oh, right.
So the chair
they have
is what
muscles
needs to be
now.
altered. Yeah, that makes sense. That cops.
Yeah. Okay.
Before Chroma gets distracted, let's find out where the mic
Too late.
went.
I'm gonna go pick her up this way. Come on. Gotta go talk to Sniv. None of us want to, but we gotta.
I said that.
Chroma
said
has
that.
two default states, though. 1, befriend things trying to kill us. 2, distracted.
Hey, I befriend things that aren't trying to kill us too.
Okay, well,
That's
we gotta
fair.
go talk to
You befriend
Sniv.
everything, but we do have to go talk to Sniv.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So you know where Sniv's office is, so you can make a beeline for there. And there are 2 Dragon Shield kobolds that are guarding the door to Sniv's office, which is not new information. There's always been 2 Dragon Shield guards outside Sniv's office. Why they didn't come in to help the last time there was, say, a life and death situation inside Sniv's office is not something that's been brought up, but whatever.
Yeah. Okay.
Hey,
It is a mystery.
Hey,
I need to
hello.
ask a question.
What's the question? Wait.
So-
Before I got it. 42.
That's the
There are
answer.
42 of button. Even I'm concerned.
That's the answer.
What?
That's the answer. That means we can go inside.
Oh.
Give me a deception check.
Maybe.
Sidekick does seem to be struggling today.
Yeah. Natural 20 for a 21.
Did you roll like a regular dice, or is that?
That's
or are you
the no. That's the I rolled on D&D Beyond.
Ah,
Yeah,
okay.
D&D Oh, okay. I saw you roll in Sidekick, and then you declared
Yeah,
the result
Nothing
and you
happened.
used it.
Remembered that Sidekick is taking like a minute and a half to
Yeah.
do a roll.
My concern, and I'm just going to be upfront with you, my concern was, oh my gosh, am I lagging? Is there something going on my end where I'm not
I
seeing die
understand
rolls
completely.
anymore?
No, as soon as you said it, I realized what was going on.
Okay.
No, I rolled on D&D Beyond as soon as I remembered that that Sidekick was lagging.
Now taking bets on when we will get the result of this abandoned roll. Will it be
Yeah,
before or after
eventually.
we end for the evening?
Right.
Because it looks like my Twitch stream is currently in the red for broadcast.
Oh.
So,
Okay.
yeah.
Ooh.
It's a
Everybody's
thing.
playing on Monday night.
Yeah, dropped frames. It's saying 25.3% dropped frames.
Oh,
Doesn't sound
But
good.
then this is an audio format. So, I'm
and
not too
Sidekick
worried
came
about
in
images.
2 full minutes later with a 6.
There we go.
Wow.
But unfortunately, that means we've been talking about this die roll for 2 minutes.
Yeah.
So with your nat 20 versus their nat 8, I am going to say that, that doesn't happen often. Oh, fantastic. Well, go right in then.
Thank you.
All right.
Think nothing of it, and they get the door for you.
Oh, wow. Cool. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
On your way in, as they're closing the door, you hear one Dragon Shield saying to the other Dragon Shield, "They're really nice people, you know? Yeah. It's great to let you know that was the right answer. Yeah. I'm surprised I guessed it."
Neri has the wisdom to not say, I can't believe that worked.
All right. Where's Sniv?
Sniv is behind their desk, moving papers from one large pile to another large pile and grumbling.
Hi, we
Hi,
need to
Sniv.
know where the myconids went so that I can make sure Button's with them.
Also, we murdered something that threatened the kobolds.
Right, we did that too.
Yep. Big squishy thing.
Yep.
We're pretty sure it possessed the kobold that turned into a big squishy thing with multiple mouths, too.
That too.
Yeah, kind of looks the same, kind of smelled the same. Probably is.
So Sniv has looked up at you when you started speaking, and he just sort of stares at you as you say these things. And then he breathes in, holds it, breathes out slowly, takes the one paper he's been looking at the top of one pile, and he puts it over to the other pile. Breathes in again. I have had a very long day, and I imagine you have had possibly a longer one. Although
Yes,
I will not
Bev,
be
you can
taking
tell
bets.
us where...
I didn't hear that.
Although I will not be taking bets. You say you
Where's the
found a large
myconids?
squishy thing.
Yep, it's dead. Well,
It's hard to describe because it didn't have any real form. It had a lot of tentacles and an
Sort of
eye in the middle, but
Dissipated.
yeah, something like that.
it was almost
It
a
was
cloud
an
under the
alien
eye.
with no true shape from another world with an eye at the center that threatened us because it was a scout in a battle between its master, who lives in a gas giant, and the Migo, who we've never heard before and whom I need to ask Marwise about.
The Migo?
Yes, Migo. That's what it said.
Are they any relation to the U-Stop?
We
I'm
don't
afraid I
know. We
wouldn't
doubt
know.
it.
We don't know. They didn't mention that one. I don't.
Marwise might know, which is why I need to talk to her.
Right.
I
So,
know
Sniv,
the
where's the
Germans got a
myconids?
religion check, and I have no idea.
You have no idea where the myconids are?
No, I'm dealing with the more pressing matter. The things from other worlds.
Do I still have the eviction notice?
Yeah.
Or I'm gonna add it. They were given this.
By your clerk, who got, thingied.
Yeah.
Well, we're not
Well,
sure about
that's-
that, but I suppose that is a safe bet.
Well, that seems to be an error. I don't recall sending any eviction notices to any evil, formless horrors.
No. The myconids
no.
aren't evil, formless horrors. They're the mushroom people.
Well, yes, I know. I sent them the eviction notice.
Okay.
So
Where did you send them?
Well, down to the surface, of course.
where on the
Where?
A Circulus?
Well, what other surface would there be?
Listen, we've been in space for a long time.
Look, we are on a moon, but that's an atmosphere. This isn't space.
Let me put it a different way. I haven't been back to Circulus for probably the better part of a year. So
Lucky you.
let's just confirm that when you say the surface, you mean Circulus.
I do.
All right.
And who did you
How did
pick
they
out
get
of where
there?
you sent them?
Oh, anyone that was, squatting. So the myconids, we found a nice location for them that was free of, shall we say, horrible spider creatures. We didn't think that pacifists would do very well against such things.
Well, I'm glad to hear that.
Yes, and the Warforged, we found a nice location for them, full of mineral
Where?
resources for them to harvest. There aren't many of those on the moon unless they start disassembling things, and frankly, I'd rather they didn't.
Where'd you send them?
Oh, down to the surface, of course.
You want to be more specific about that?
And every now and then we find some lizard folk from... Apparently there was a ring world? That's fascinating,
Right.
but
Yes.
the lizard folk seem to appreciate having a more natural environment. They're not very fond of the moon, so once they understood that we were taking them away from all of this, they were very interested in being evicted.
Huh.
This doesn't sound
Yuri
right.
is not going to say anything, but she has a very, very, very bad feeling about this.
None of
And
this
also,
sounds
I
right
need
at
to
all.
find Button.
All right.
Well, there's only
Thank you
one
for letting
button
us know.
here, and it's that one, and it doesn't do anything right now. I haven't hired a new butler.
No. I mean,
One of the mushroom people was named Button. They were a young child by mushroom people standards.
and they get everywhere, and I need to make sure they didn't get left behind.
We'll find them.
So I need
Thank
to
you
go
for
down to
letting
the
us know.
myconids and ask.
We need to talk to Marwise now. Thank you.
Bye.
We'll let you get back to your paperwork.
Have a good day.
I really wish this was one, but okay. As you reach the door, you hear Sniv call out, "Oh, one thing. I do appreciate everything that you have been doing lately. You have been very valuable assets for our wonderful Kobold enterprise. If you were so inclined, I don't see why you couldn't take a day off. Maybe take your Red Star out for a joyride or two. Possibly
Thank you.
off to any particular location where you might care to go.
That sounds lovely. A vacation is just what we need.
Yes, matter of fact, I hear there's a small island off the coast of the Orklands. Wonderful this time of year, in fact.
Oh,
Thank
you.
You are...
We appreciate the recommendation.
Okay, and then Sniv looks down at his paperwork and sighs again.
I'm going to wait till I know we're out of earshot of him
Same.
and say, I think he just tried to give us formal permission to check on the Myconids and slyly hint at where they are.
I think you're right.
Uh-huh.
Let's go do some exploring.
I don't know. I don't trust Sniv. I want Fiddle Punch to look over our ship, make sure it's safe.
Oh, Fiddle
Little
Punch.
Punch is the one
I
who's been
looked
looking over
over
the ship.
our ship.
Yeah, Fiddle Punch certified it safe.
Oh, okay. I missed that. All right.
And then Chroma
And so did
certified
I.
the certification.
Yeah.
Okay.
So let's take a nap and then go exploring.
Let's do
yeah.
one more thing.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
Let's
You cut
Columbo and do one more thing. Because Neri wanted to seek out Marwise.
Right.
It's true.
So let's resolve that.
Okay.
All right,
I'm not
greetings,
going to
young.
require, you know where Marwise hangs out, so you can just go to Marwise. That's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, I might make Zenosha extra quiet because it's sometimes a little bit harder for me to switch modes, but yeah, I got no problem
I
slipping
understand.
back into Marwise. Greetings, younglings. What can I do for you?
Hi.
I have
What
completed
were we
my
asking
homework.
about again?
GR hands you a stack of papers, by the way. It's about 3 inches thick.
Wow.
Is this a book? Because I'm certainly willing to get this bound and in the printing press, but if
Without
this is about...
requiring any rolls, you realize that this is homework you assigned about a month ago.
Oh, this is the
Homework about
Tiamat homework.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Okay, now I'm on the right page.
Yes.
So it's like, oh, okay.
It's
I'll
a
look
few more
over these.
pages long, like maybe a few more volumes larger than what you assigned, although rudimentary examination reveals that the page length has been increased by multiple drawings in crayon.
They have been most diligent.
All right, well, I'm not going to remove any points because this was a bit late. I'll go ahead and get this graded and get back to you. Is
Not
that
all of the
everything?
drawings, by the way, are on topic, and many of which involve Cogbucket JR in full paladin garb smiting Tiamat repeatedly.
Oh,
Yeah, even Marwise recognizes that JR's younger than the rest of the group, which is already pretty young, so
They
she'll
weren't
probably
born
try to make
yesterday,
a
but
few
months ago.
polite notes.
I'm going to stop interrupting.
Yeah, I was just
Doctor,
saying
we've-
she's going to make a few polite notes, try to encourage him, but also try to say, learn to stay on topic.
Right. Doctor, we've run into evidence of a war between creatures we don't know the name of who take the shape of tentacled shadows with eyes and a race called the Migo.
Oh, did this
Is it
war happen
possible
on
you have anything?
Did this war happen on Circulus? Do you know about how long ago? I can try to cross-reference a few
I know
things.
the nameless thingies showed up on Circulus at some point and wanted a cube like I have right here. Look.
And we ran across one of the shadows on the moon.
Right, and we killed it.
Yep.
Kind of.
Yes, it called itself
I
a
mean,
scout.
yeah.
Okay, so Migos and formless voids that may or may not appear on Circulus and sought indistinct cubes.
And-
Cube. It's this. I mean, it might not be this one in specific, but it's like this one.
The shadow creature said that if we didn't take a side in the war, then we were siding against it.
A lot of large empires will often take that all-or-nothing approach. That's not too unusual, but give me a few minutes. I'll see what I can find. And thankfully, I have a nice history bonus because Marwise rolled a 2 and got a total of...
I would also
Wow.
accept religion.
Okay, better. 16 total.
Okay. What's killing me is the kobolds in a previous Pack Tactics season found a but it was season 1 before Marwise joined.
Oh,
So that
was.
cube means nothing to
it
Marwise.
was.
If you were
Nope.
showing that to Daldane or Zeely or Gox or Socks, well, Socks, you would trigger some PTSD.
yeah. Don't.
Yeah.
I'm not sure I want to ask Zaylee to make an Arcana check.
Zeely wouldn't need an Arcana check if you showed the cube to Zeely. Zeely would remember because that cube is how that group met Tim.
Yep.
Indeed.
Also, there's 3 winged kobolds that would recognize it also, maybe from their childhood, but they were very, very young when they used it by accident.
I think one of them survived.
Yeah, I was going to say, aren't
2 of them were
dead?
killed, but there was a period of time where everyone who died was brought back.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, I would be remiss as a DM if I said that didn't happen when it was expressly announced repeatedly.
Yeah, okay.
That was going to be
So
a
we
thing.
have Anamata and Pia back,
Yes.
Yeah.
except Mata is several levels higher now.
Yes. Yes, Arshbeth, you are absolutely right.
Yeah.
Not on her watch. So with a 16, you know that there are older beings than the deities that are commonly worshipped by kobolds and other mortal races. Your deity in particular, Agma, is fairly young so far as gods go. He ascended only a few thousand years ago as opposed to millennia ago, and he's been something of a world hopper. He only recently came to Faerun. You brought him over. He thanks you for that. Actually, he did thank you for that personally, or it could have been hypoxia. It could have been both. I remember that episode. That was fun.
Yeah.
But before that, he was in Faerun, but he's not from Faerun either. He's from a place beyond that. But there are beings that are far older than that, and their motivations are often incomprehensible beyond the whole, let's destroy reality as it is. Let's reject your reality and substitute our own. They are the Adam Savages, if you will, of the Pantheon.
Funny note, Adam Savage was quoting a movie called Dungeon Master.
I did not know that.
I'm dead serious.
Wow.
I was taking you as being serious, and I appreciate this new information. Also, apologies to Adam Savage for describing him as an unknowable abomination from the dark spaces between the stars.
Oh, why would you apologize? He would enjoy that.
But in any case, you know these things exist, and they tend to, if you catch their ire, it's usually not good. Now, unfortunately, with the roll that you made for your history check, if you had rolled higher, I would have said that you remember some stories from your kobold companions from Season 2, and you'd be able to fill in some gaps. But with that roll, I'm going to say that those conversations have slipped your mind, possibly intentionally. You may have tried to unthink those things after a while.
Okay, that's fair. So, younglings, I have some bad news. You know how some gods are older than others?
Mm-hmm.
There are some things that call themselves gods that are even older than that, and they tend to be quite powerful, quite unfriendly. Their motives are hard to pin down, but if you tend to catch their attention, it doesn't usually work out well. So whatever is going on with this, please tread carefully. And don't feel afraid to call us.
Yeah, I think
Don't
we
worry.
already made it angry, you know.
We will do
Should I
our
call my
best.
friends and get you to another plane of existence?
No!
I can do that on my own, actually.
No!
Right here.
No!
No.
We can handle things.
I don't mind
And
fighting
if we
it again.
can't handle things, we'll call you, but I promise we will do our best to protect the Circle of Tales and all its people.
Yeah, and don't take your early success to mean too much. I don't mean that to sound too cruel, but yeah, what you thought really was some sort of scout. If these things were a dragon, an elder dragon, what you thought would be a mouse. And that's not even doing the scale justice.
Okay.
Understood. But on that basis, even if we personally left the plane, they'd still be coming.
Understood. I'll
And
try to find out more and prepare in what ways I can.
I need to get into that locked room.
In the
Locked
meantime,
room?
Huh?
Forget I said anything.
Okay.
in the meantime, as weird as this is to say, we have a vacation to take.
Yep.
Chroma
Thank you,
winks
Marwise.
at Marwise about the vacation.
Marwise looks at you even more confused.
It's a long story.
I love this game so much. And that's, I think, where we're going to end it for tonight, because we have been playing for over 2
Yeah,
hours.
that's probably reasonable.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Seems like a
everyone,
nice
for playing.
beat to stop on.
Yep. And next week, the beach episode.
Well, maybe.
We're anime now.
I think we always were.
In some ways, yes. So, in wacky hijinks ensuing, always yes. So thank you everyone for playing. Thank you everyone for listening. Tonight we were joined by a bunch of incredibly awesome people, including Ellie, EO, Jen, Matt, Cindy, Archbeth, LFA. Let's do a few quick plugs. So, Ellie runs a social network, Elek, ELEKK.xyz, and it is running on Glitch, which is like Mastodon, fully compatible. So if you are on an ActivityPub themed social network, you can follow us. Our social details, and also those of us who have Twitter, those social details are available in the cast page, which is linked in the show notes. And also a thing that I referenced, so I should probably bring up, if you go to node.noel.codes/kobold, there's a thing. And that's all I'm going to say about that for now. But there's a thing. And it's good. EO's mom writes books, and you can get those at elizabeth-mccoy.com. Jen has a blog and podcast. You can get those at bookofjen.net. Matt's brother-in-law writes books, and you can get those at nogodsbeforeus.com. And I seem to recall that he was writing a children's book.
That was his next plan of action, yes.
Yep.
Yes. And I know it's possible to shift gears, but at the same time, looking at the fiction that he's written, and looking at...
Yeah.
Yeah. Cthulhu's first day at school.
Oh, no.
I'm sorry, Mrs. Cthulhu, but we caught your child sleeping during class. Sorry. No, I'm not. I'm not sorry. I'm sorry that I'm not sorry. That's also a lie. I am not sorry that I am not sorry. And we have a Patreon, patreon.com/cogwheelgaming. Help us keep the lights on. Join other illustrious patrons, including Chris, Cindy, Ellie, and Eric. And until next time, this is Crash saying, what could possibly go wrong with that thing that Chroma brought up about a certain room that she wants to go to before the beach episode? We'll find out next week. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.